compliments of the season. You're watching the news on the hour, brought to you from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN. I am Zubechi Frank. You're welcome. The Bishop of Maiduguri, the Right Reverend Emmanuel Morris, has called on Christians to prepare for the Lord's coming and as well find a resting place for their soul. He made this call while speaking at the last Diocesan Power Night for the year of the Diocese of Abuja Anglican Communion as a guest speaker. Speaking on the theme, I am coming soon, as taken from Revelation 22 verse 12, the bishop said it is not just a statement, but a mission that requires preparation, and so Christians ought to prepare deliberately.
Jesus is coming, and he is coming soon. It's just an instruction telling you what will happen. And it became a mission that for real he will come. This is not just a statement, but it is a mission. Amen. It's a mission that must be fulfilled. So if there is a mission, there must be a preparation for a mission. So we have to prepare. So the coming of Christ is indeed a mission that we have to prepare ourselves deliberately for it. It's something that you must be conscious of it. It's something that a Christian must be conscious of it. Jesus is coming, and he's coming soon. You must find a resting place for your soul, where the soul will rest. Any revival in the church of God that does not take care of the final destination of human beings, revival has not started in the church.
He further noted that there is a condition to make heaven, which is serving God in spirit and in truth, and not in falsehood. And so Christians must take a decision whether or not to choose eternity with God and live for God.
It is in Jesus that man will be restored again to the tree of life that will lead him to eternal life. It's only through Jesus that we can go. You have to look upon Jesus. You know, there is a condition to make this happen. You must. The Bible will not say you may. Worship the Father in spirit and in truth. You must worship him. So there is a definite condition for you to make heaven, for me to make heaven, for the church militant to be connected to the church triumphant. We must serve God in spirit and in truth, not in falsehood, not with other spirits. Amen. Amen.
The Power Packed program featured prayers, praises, testimonies and special numbers, Thanksgiving, among others. Christians have been urged to pursue righteousness, as it is the key word to be right with God. The Bishop of Ibadan, His Grace the Most Reverend Dr. Joseph Olatunji Akifenwa, gave this admonition while in an interview at the Cathedral of St. James the Great, Okebola, Ibadan. According to him, one may gain the whole world, but without righteousness, it's all in vain, stressing that righteousness is the key word to be right with God and humanity, and further described righteousness as purity and to be truthful at all times, as righteousness exalts a nation. On the issue of the role of the church in the forthcoming election, the bishop stated that the role of the church is to keep encouraging good deeds and be a role model. The federal government says it will in due course institute a suitable memorial to immortalize the country's first executive president, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, who passed away on December 28. President Muhammadu Buhari made the pledge during his condolence visit to the Shagari family in Sokoto State on Sunday. President Buhari had earlier on Sunday joined sympathizers and family members to offer special prayers for the repose of the soul of late former President Shehu Shagari at his private residence in Sokoto State. The remains of the former president, who died at the age of 93 on Friday at the National Hospital, Abuja, was laid to rest at his village, Shahari, on Saturday, according to Islamic rites. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Monday condoled the family of ex-President Shehu Shagari, describing him as an epitome of personal integrity, commitment, forbearance, forgiveness, and faith in God. Obasanjo, who was led to the Sama Road, Sokoto family house of the late Second Republic President by Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, arrived via the Say Airport, Sokoto, at about 9 a.m. Condoling the family through the eldest son, Muhammad Bala Shagari, Obasanjo further said late Shagari was a man with simplicity, faith in God, commitment to own fatherland with interest in duty. The former president, while recalling his days in service and closeness to late Shagari, who were both federal commissioners of works and finance, respectively, in General Yakubu Gowon's cabinet, said he was honest, transparent, and committed Nigerian. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has urged Nigerians to back him to forge a new era of hope and prosperity for the nation. The former vice president called on Nigerians to make it a reality so that the nation can set a new course of leadership. In a New Year message signed by the candidate, he noted that the year 2019 holds a lot of promise for the country as long as Nigerians are ready to do the hard work of voting out the current government. He said Nigerians must work deliberately to improve the nation by electing a government that offers purposeful leadership. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, the presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, Professor Jerry Ghana, has declared that the only solution to the nation's challenges is the total reconciliation of the various ethnic, religious and political groups in the country to pave the way for a new order which will lead to speedy development. Professor Jerry Ghana disclosed this in Abuja while presenting his policy document codenamed SWIFT before the press as his social contract to Nigerians program. Speaking at the event, Professor Jerry Ghana disclosed that as part of his policy document, his team had designed specific strategies to defeat Boko Haram and herdsmen militias. He promised to increase the Nigerian police force from below 500,000 to 900,000 and also increase the number of assistant inspector generals of police by making every state have one each and each senatorial district a commissioner of police.
As of now, we have a federal police. If that police is to really ensure security and welfare and safety across the nation, then we have to reform and reorganize and restructure the Nigeria police, because defense may be national. Less than 500,000 police to look after the security of nearly 180 million Nigerians. The ratio is just too serious to worry about. So we believe that the place to start with is a particular emphasis of massively, and I mean massively, enlarging the police force. We are under-policed. They are under-equipped. They are under-trained. They are really helpless in a way. They are doing their very best. Given the facilities and given the training some of them have, they are doing very, very well under the circumstances. So therefore, if we really have to move forward, and we must move forward because security of our people is very, very important, then the first is really to enlarge this police force, and we are suggesting that there should be at least not less than 25,000 police in each state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, not less than.
Ghana pointed out that in pursuing all these programs, total reconciliation will be at center in order to restore total confidence in all Nigerians so as to be convinced.
We will swiftly create wealth through massively increased productivity and employment generation so as to conquer poverty. We shall achieve regular power supply for the entire economy. We shall restore academic excellence into the Nigerian educational system and make sure that Nigerian education is one of the best in the world, by the grace of God. We shall ensure sustainable food supply, water supply, healthcare delivery, and good housing, so that it can be human development within the context of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And by the grace of God, we shall focus intensely on sustainable human development, because to us, people matter more than things. I thank you very much.
SWIFT, he says, stands for S, Security Reengineering, W, Wealth Creation, I, Infrastructure Excellence and Power Supply, F, Fight Against Corruption and Indiscipline, and T, Technology, Education and Human Development. We shall now go on a short commercial break. News on the hour continues in a moment. Please stay with us.
Why do we fall ill? Is it possible to stay without falling ill? Is God interested in our health? Can we get access to cheaper health anywhere? Do you want tips on how to stay healthy? Then join me, Angela Weze, on Health Watch every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. with repeat broadcasts on Thursday at 2 p.m. and Saturday at 1:30 p.m. as health experts provide answers to your questions on how to remain healthy physically, mentally, socially, and spiritually here on Anglican Cable Network Nigeria. God bless you.
You are welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. To be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to foreign news. Bangladesh's Sheikh Hasina has won a third consecutive time as Prime Minister in a pool marred by deadly violence and allegations of rigged ballots. Hasin's ruling Awami League party won a landslide of 288 votes out of a possible 300, which, according to the Bangladesh High Commission in Delhi, said with just one seat left to be declared, the opposition alliance led by the Bangladesh Nationalist Party took 7 seats. The opposition Oyeka Front has rejected the vote and demanded a fresh election, accusing the Awami League of stuffing ballot boxes. Over 18 people were killed in election-related violence when clashes broke out between ruling party supporters and the opposition, as the government has been accused of human rights abuses during the election. The military was deployed across the country to try to prevent the violence seen during recent polls, which were tarnished by a low turnout and boycotted by the largest opposition group and its allies. At least 2 people were killed and dozens wounded in an explosion outside a shopping mall in the southern Philippines. According to the city police spokesman, Christopher Lee, there was a suspected IED explosion outside the South Seas Mall in Cotabato City on the island of Mindanao. A spokeswoman for the Office of Civil Defense in General Santos City, Mainda Morente, stated that 2 people were killed in the blast, with 23 injured and have been sent to local hospitals. Joel Blake, a local pastor who lives in Cotabato City, said he was on his way to the mall when the explosion hit. Meanwhile, the police are still trying to determine if the blast was caused by an improvised explosive device or illegal powerful firecrackers that accidentally went off in the area. Moving on to sports. Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba has disclosed the difference between the club's caretaker manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and former Red Devils boss Jose Mourinho's style of coaching at Old Trafford. Solskjaer replaced Mourinho at United some weeks ago after the Portuguese gaffer was sacked by the club. Pogba said Solskjaer has brought an attacking and offensive mentality to United and highlighted the different style of playing as the biggest difference to life under Mourinho. The France international stated this following Man United's 4-1 victory over Bournemouth on Sunday in the Premier League encounter. So that's it on this edition of the News on the Hour. I want to thank you for watching. I am Zubechi Frank.